Alright folks, how are we doing? It's Shabash, welcome back to Orna Beta 3.0. We're doing another theme dungeon, this time we're in the Dragon Roost. I wonder what we can find inside. We get increased orns upon completion here. Now we're going solo. And as we've said in the other videos for theme dungeons, you do ornate arcane hat straight off the bat, okay? You can do these themed dungeons solo. But I believe the amount of mobs does get scaled down to a maximum of 3. We may be proved wrong in this, but let's see how we get on. Our fake chimera doing a lot of work there. We just want to get our buffs up. I think for a lot of these themed dungeons, especially if you're going solo, you're definitely going to want a lot of status immunity, because the Orn gain and the experience are probably not as good as just normal boss dungeons. And if you're doing these themed dungeons, you're kind of hunting specific mobs, specific items, that kind of thing. So we get dragons and draconians. So draconians kind of thematically descended from dragons, I think, if you followed the story quest line. Can't quite remember exactly how it went, those tier 2 story quests. So as we expected, loads of dragons. This is going to be amazing for charging Dragon's Vengeance if you're using that at any point. I'm not 100% sure at which tier you can see these Dragon Roost dungeons. Everything is scaled to your tier, I believe. So everything we are seeing in here is going to be tier 10, scaled to my level. But there's a big mix of bosses, dragon bosses, and ARISEN mobs. And there we go. We've got Glatisant. So this is one of the new mobs in Beta 3.0. It's got that ARISEN God aura, so I'm assuming that it can actually Godforge. It should have the potential to Godforge. And this is specific to, currently this is specific to Dragon Roost, but it is also currently appearing in Valley of the Gods. So if you've seen the Valley of the Gods video, we did come across a couple. And it's an absolutely awesome looking mob. It's same sprite obviously as the pet that came out a few months ago now. And it does drop some really interesting weapons. So we didn't get a Godforge. I've not seen a confirmed Godforge yet. It's only day 2 of beta, but I'm going to assume because it has the aura that it will be able to Godforge. But Glatisant drops these tier 9 weapons: questing bow, questing staff, and there is also a questing axe for those warrior classes. And these grant pretty insane boosts to experience and orns and gold. I can show you one after. I've got actually no, I can't because it's in the blacksmith. Picked up a legendary. But that is going to be, I reckon, the new go-to farming weapon in sort of tier 9 and up, if you can find a decent one. There we go. There's the questing axe. The rest didn't drop actually, so I've only got a dowsing rod in terms of luck bonus. So potentially you might want to run for sure dowsing rods, obviously, but items that drop additional, well, accessories or gear that drops additional items like presents, bag of treats. They are event gear, so keep your eye out for them. But yeah, it seems like Glatisant is a risen boss, but it can spawn in the Dragon Roost on certain floors. Every floor is pretty much random. It can be mobs, it can be bosses, it can be more than one boss. But you can see I'm almost convinced now that if you're running these solo, you're not going to see more than 3 bosses per floor, or 3 mobs in total per floor. So if you are chasing those items like the questing weapons, you're probably going to want to run these solo. It does give you a second bite of the cherry as well. You can change party leader and just run the dungeon again. So just gonna get a couple of ward turns, Naga Mage here. And ARISEN Fafnir's as well. This is going to be pretty insane for new tier 10 players who have had the tier 10 mob pool kind of diluted over the last 12 months or so, making the ARISEN Fafnir's really rare. But now it's going to be much easier to get those, to get a nice ARISEN Monster Tomb and ARISEN Rings if you want to play Swash. But yeah, these Great Cockatrice, definitely want to target them first as normal. You don't want to get petrified. Similar story. And there's a normal Cockatrice. We'll target that. And that is a new mob. That is an elite Draconian Mage. Okay. Apologies if I missed one of those on the way up, but you can see it's a tier 8 mob. So the high Draconian was tier 6. These elites are tier 8. And it seems to appear only in dungeons. And I'm guessing these the weapon and armor and stuff is going to be relevant to its tier. Didn't seem to get anything decent from it there. And final floor, what do we get? Some more Draconians, just a random mix really. So plenty of dragons in the Dragon Roost, funnily enough. For tier 9 and up, you're going to definitely want to target that Glatisant ARISEN boss. Pretty sure it's going to be able to Godforge, so if you can see that at tier 9, to be honest, it drops the tier 9 weapon. The weapons are tier 9. Not 100% sure if the mob itself is tier 9. It might be a tier 10 mob. Still need to wait and see. But Dragon Roost now pretty competitive in case of theme dungeon. Really nice theme dungeon. Plenty of there's going to be plenty of items here people are gonna chase. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next theme dungeon video. Ciao.